forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Please leave me a thumbs up as it helps me out hugely in the algorithm, and leave me a comment below because, as always, I love engaging with you guys, and I'm always thrilled to get feedback from you. So, as a little overview, this book here is a mystery thriller, or at least that's what I would categorize it as. It was an enjoyable read. I'm going to go through some of my pros and cons about it, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. It's definitely what you would kind of expect out of a kind of, one of these thick paperback shelf mystery novels, in the same vein as the Harlequin romance novels. They're very similar in writing style, and I'd say that this one focused more on the relationship between the two main characters than it did on the mystery. However, it was written in such a way that kept you interested in the story and wanting to find out what happened in the end. I'll read you the back. When there's no escape from a cold-blooded killer, as the white-hot flames sear the dark night, a killer waits in the trees, watching the mill burn, listening for the screams, the only proof that justice has finally begun for the sins of long ago. For journalist Cassidy Buchanan, this inferno is a living nightmare, a reminder of the horrible, mysterious fire that destroyed her wealthy family 17 years ago, and of Brig McKenzie, the handsome hellraiser accused of setting the blaze. That tragic crime has never been solved, and already the whispers have begun in Prosperity, Oregon. Another fire, more deaths, and one common denominator: Cassidy herself. Cassidy came home to Prosperity to put the past behind her, but it seems the past isn't finished with Cassidy. Someone doesn't want her to uncover the chilling truth. Someone who has killed before and will kill again. A cold-blooded psychopath who is only waiting to hear her final scream. So yeah, before I get into my thoughts, I'll flip and read some of the, this is praise though for the writer. Jackson generates near constant suspense. Jackson definitely knows how to keep readers riveted. These are some of her other novels. Jackson definitely knows how to jangle readers' nerves. Close to Home is perfect for readers of Joy Fielding or fans of Mary Higgins Clark. Absolutely tension-filled, Jackson is on top of her game. Lisa Jackson shows yet again why she is one of the best at romantic suspense, a pure nail-biter. Romantic suspense, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. This one, her latest whodunit, hits all the marks, taking readers on a nail-biting roller coaster ride. Dot twisty malice displays the skilled Jackson at her best yet. I probably didn't do these justice because I didn't read all the titles or where these came from. Yeah, I'm not going to read an excerpt from this novel because there were really no sections that stood out to me as something that I would want to read in a standalone, like, paragraph has written several. So, yeah, she's got a winning formula. And story-wise, it was very good. So, let me get into, first I'll talk about what I liked about it. And that is, it's a nice, meaty book. And I like thick books. I like big books with lots of pages and lots of chapters. This book had, let's see, 530 pages. If you count, I'm counting all of these beginning pages. And it had plus the epilogue, it had trying to find the last chapter here. It had 45 chapters, and the chapters are short, like the last chapter was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, about 18 and a half pages long, but it reads really fast. So, what I liked about it, I liked that the story moved. It is not a slow burn at all. It gets right into the story and the characters. It takes some time, of course, to introduce all of the characters, but it gets into what each character is about and who they are. And so yeah, it's not a slow burn. The writing style is it moves you along, as in it keeps you interested and wanting to know what is going on with these characters and what's going on with the story and what's going on with the mystery. And the mystery isn't solved within the book until the last few pages. They really push it to the end. Now you can try to guess who done it, but the book isn't going to tell you until the very, very last few pages of the last chapter. So get ready for that. You're going to have to, unless you're a skip ahead person, which I am not, you're going to have to read about 520 pages before you ever find out who committed these crimes. So I like that. I enjoyed the story. I thought that the mystery itself was really good. I don't want to say that it was a bit predictable, because they did keep you questioning whether or not your guesses were correct. And there were several people in here, several characters that could have been the culprit, who had motive of setting these fires that the book talked about. So it kept you guessing. And it was an interesting dynamic between the characters and even the romance part. Aside from, and I'll get to what I didn't like about the romance part when I talk about the things I didn't like, but aside from those, the characters had good chemistry, and you rooted for them and wanted them to be together. easy to get through, not too challenging, and entertaining. It was very entertaining. So that is what I liked about it. It's everything that you would want in a mystery and in a novel. So on to my things that I did not like. Lots of, I don't want to say bad language, but I'm going to call it bad language because I think that's what it is. Lots of swearing in this book. I don't like that. I don't think it's necessary, but even for people who think that it is necessary for things like, establishing a character's personality, I think this was still overkill on the language spectrum. But that's just my thoughts. So I didn't like that. I also thought that it had just too much description of the physical appearance of these characters. As you would expect in a romance, it has some good-looking people in the book. The main man, he's your typical, burly, bad boy, ruggedly handsome type, but I cannot count the number of times I read things like his chiseled jaw. I could probably just flip open the book, close my eyes, and put my finger on a line, and it would probably say something like beautiful full lips or something like that. I mean, it does go on and on about how these people look. I'm not exactly sure how many ways you can describe somebody's long flowing black hair or clear blue eyes. I don't know. I think one description of somebody's appearance is enough. So it does go on and on. And for this particular book, it has several themes that I am uncomfortable reading about. One of them being lots of adult activity going on. I'm not going to say much more than that. You can kind of infer what I'm talking about, and that's one reason I'm not flipping too much in this book, because I don't know what I'm going to open up to and what you guys are going to read under my fingers. So, but that's why I'm just kind of handling it from the outside. But lots of adult activity going on, and I did a lot of skimming in this book. That's probably why I finished it so fast, because I skimmed and skimmed and skimmed. I mean, there were several scenes, more than I thought was necessary for the purpose of the story. But also, secondly, it does involve some, I don't want to give us spoilers, I'll just say inappropriate relationships between people who shouldn't have these kinds of relationships. I'll say that in case you want to read the book and you don't want any spoilers. But those themes, adulty things, and inappropriate relationships. So, that is basically it. That's the what I have to say about this book. It was not a bad read at all. Very entertaining. this one is not part of my personal collection. This was loaned to me by a friend, so I will be returning it to them now that I have read it. So anyway, that is